We are live here at the studio by Feast It Forward, and I am here with Jess Park.
Hi.
And she is a crazy, big-time influencer on Instagram.
No.
Yes, you are. And I came across her profile, gosh, I don't know, maybe last year, and just her paintings. Go to Jeshy Park, Jeshy Park on Instagram, and her work is absolutely stellar. And so I reached out to you on Insta and was like, I just love what you do. I'm a doodler myself, and thought, why don't we start this Who Dat influencer series to kind of connect with people that are talented and in their grind and mode. And so I'm going to cook and she's going to paint and we're going to drink and talk. And so welcome.
Thank you. I'm so glad you reached out to me. I mean, your place here is amazing. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
You guys have to come and check it out and, you know, watch us cook.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you'll be cooking.
Yeah. Well, so I'm just going to start, and I'm going to do a couple. When I went to the grocery store, I thought, literally, I want to do something from a gorgeous fresh produce standpoint, because if you go on her Instagram and she has fruits and vegetables and beautiful animals and just an array of stuff, these literally spoke to me, and we grew these tomatoes here and we just have all of this fun produce for you to...
Yeah, I'm so glad you picked up those carrots because they are amazing.
You want to take you can take a couple over here.
I think I will.
Yeah, so tell me how, actually you started telling me when you came in how you got into this, and I think it's a really interesting story because it kind of...
Yeah, so I was, you know, I just graduated from optometry school, so I was, it's crazy, and I had a baby, and I was kind of like, okay, I'm not working because I just had a baby, what can I do? And I wanted to do something for myself, so I started doing art. I started doing lettering and painting, and I wanted to, at the end of the day, have something, like a record of that I created something. And so that's why I opened my Instagram account. And I would take pictures of what I did so I can look back and say, oh, I created this, or, you know, I'm getting better at something. And so slowly it started just kind of catching people's eyes, and it just got bigger and kind of exploded, I guess.
It completely exploded. I mean, you have 200,000 followers on Instagram, and she has, you know, definitely, again, check it out, but there are the still shots, but then you do these time lapses, which I think is just
fun.
so fun. All of a sudden it's like simple and it turns into something gorgeous. And so anyway, I'm going to get started. I'm going to do a couple really simple, you know, produce related salads. And this first one I had in Paris, and it was a shaved salad. It was a shaved carrot salad. And I haven't had it. I mean, I just celebrated my 10-year wedding anniversary yesterday.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And so I was thinking, what am I going to do for Jess when she comes in?
Yeah.
And I thought, I haven't had that salad in years. We went on our honeymoon to Paris, and I kind of wanted to try to replicate, as best as I can remember, going to the market and then having this gorgeous produce. And so I don't know how this will completely turn out, but I'm going to try. And so basically, there was fresh prosciutto. There were these gorgeous market carrots, and I'm just going to shave them. We have Parmesan, and make a simple dressing with arugula and some pumpkin seeds, and that's it. It's just like highlighting the beauty of the produce.
I love that.
And then we'll do a separate fun salad too. But
Tell
cheers.
me about that. Oh, yeah.
Cheers. It's like cool already.
So my style of painting is very loose. I'm not really into getting in all the details and making it look very realistic. So I just like getting the colors and like how playful and vibrant everything is. So I'm glad that everything you picked was it's so colorful. Yeah, I love that. So that's what inspires me, all that color. But I wanted to know about what's in that bowl with the flowers.
Yeah, these are edible. This wasn't on the salad, but I actually... Whole Foods is a sponsor, and these were gorgeous, and they were just all beautiful edible flowers with microgreens, and I thought just dressing it on top would be very fun.
Fancy.
So whatever. So it's so fancy.
I want to try one.
Try it. In fact, I just remembered I need mustard.
It is not what I thought it would taste like at all. It's fresh and it's good.
Yeah, and I think, you know, when you have fresh produce, it's kind of like I compare it to sushi. Is that sometimes people just dip it and cover it up in soy sauce, and you're not enjoying the fresh fish. So I don't want to tarnish the beauty
No,
of,
I totally
of the produce.
understand that. So when I was a kid, my dad would always, late at night he would have fish, and it would just be like fresh raw fish, and he would slice it up for us, and we didn't even have rice or anything. We just eat it like sashimi, basically, and it was so good.
Oh, I could
So
eat that for days.
I know. I always encourage people to just try the sushi part, not just the
Right.
rolls and things like that.
Well, tell me about the book too. You have a book.
Yeah. So it was amazing. The publisher contacted me, and my publisher, Ulysses Press, and they were asking me, like, do you want to teach like watercolor and lettering? Because I do both. And I was like, definitely. So they just kind of, they wanted to do more of like a lettering and watercolor,
Right.
but I was like, can I please add like painting in it? Because I love painting.
Yeah.
And so it's all of it. It's lettering, like modern calligraphy, it's painting, and then we put it all together at the end and create different works of art. So yeah,
It's like bringing your Instagram to life, really.
It really
It's
is.
beautiful.
And so, sometimes I'll get questions like, how do I do this? Or what, supplies should I buy? And I'm like, just look at the book. It has
just look, it has everything.
I know, and I wrote it almost like I wanted it to be like an encyclopedia, so
Right.
that you just have everything you need and all the information you need.
It's just so cool. It's like,
Thank you.
so when you do that, are you dipping in different, like I see a dark orange and a yellow and
I am. So I started with a lighter orange, and then I just kind of do what's called a wet on wet technique, where you take wet paint and then you add wet paint to it. So
Right.
yeah, and that creates those nice blends.
So if somebody were to get your book, then they could learn about
All those
all the
techniques,
techniques.
definitely. Yeah. And you have an art background.
I do. I'm a doodler, and I've never, I think you can relate to this, is like when you're creative from that art side. I draw everything, even the business plan for Feast It Forward. It was all
Your boxes
drawn.
with
Yeah.
those are amazing. You have to show them. Grab them and show it.
Yeah. So went to art school, San Diego State, and this,
I love that.
yeah, it's just kind
It's
of the
so
story
Napa,
of
too.
Feast It Forward. It has our Airstream and the vineyards, and yeah, it's just kind of a fun package for our glassware, and then it's on our
I love it.
spices too, and then a cookbook that's coming out for kids that's going to be a coloring
know.
cookbook, and I think
I'm gonna get that for sure.
Yeah, well,
My
you
daughter
have
and
how
I
many
will love
kids?
that. I just have one,
You have one,
so
okay.
she's 4, but she does love drawing, and she loves coloring and all of that. And she wants to cook with me, so that'll be perfect.
Right.
Sometimes you come home and you're tired and you don't know what to cook, and it's perfect.
Right.
Yeah, I love that.
well, I think it's important to get your family in the kitchen, and that's
definitely.
I've taken a little hiatus on our show, Family Style, in preparation for some of these other productions we have going. But yeah, it's important to get your kids in and realize that it's not product out of a can, and that you can cook
No.
together. And so this I've made multiple times. This is kind of a different version, but
Oh, I missed it all. What did you?
well,
put in there?
yeah. So Jacques Pepin taught me the most amazing, and again, this is not the standard dressing that he does, but he taught me that instead of using olive oil for salad dressing, to use heavy cream,
Oh wow.
because the fat content it's 60 calories and 6 grams of fat,
Okay.
and olive oil is about 14 grams of fat and 120 calories.
I had
So
no
it's
idea.
half,
Oh my
half.
goodness.
And
You wouldn't
so,
think.
right, and so I would have never thought, you think of ranch and whatnot, but I would have
Yeah.
never ever thought to use a heavy whipping cream. But now I rarely use olive oil in my salad dressings because it just makes it thick and, you
Well,
know.
that's a good tip.
So this has, and those of you that have watched the show Family Style, I typically write the ingredients down because I don't know how I'm going to make it and the quantities, because I'm kind of developing the recipe in front of you. And again, for those of you just tuning in right now, I'm with Jess Park. She's an Instagram influencer, is an amazing illustrator and calligraphy artist and watercolor painter and mom and
Oh my
kick-ass
God.
woman. And so she's going to be painting and we're going to be talking. But follow her on Jeshy Park on Instagram. So Jeshy Park, and all of her stuff is very inspiring and fun.
Thank
so,
you.
but
I'm gonna grab some of this.
yeah, do grab whatever. So I think I need a little more cream to this. But yes, this is red wine vinegar, rice wine vinegar, which Jacques didn't use rice wine, but I'm trying to replicate in some fashion what I have in Paris. heavy whipping cream, mustard, and shallots. And super, super simple.
You chopped those shallots up so quickly, I didn't even see you. I'd still be like, peeling them.
Karate. So let's see here. I could do this. So dip your finger in there. It's really light.
I would never think that was cream.
Right.
That's
so just
so
it's kind of a frothy, fun.
I love it.
Yeah. So what's on the horizon?
We've got a lot of things coming. Well, we're actually taking a vacation, which I haven't in a while. So my husband and I and my daughter, we're all going to Asia. So that'll be really fun. Yeah, we're going to South Korea and Japan. So we'll be there for about 2 weeks, and I've never been to Japan.
So is there any family there?
We do have family. So my mom's side and my dad's side, and then he's got his mom's side there. So it'll be really fun. My daughter's never been.
But that's a long trip for her. How old is she?
She's 4.
Wow.
So a lot of coloring books.
A lot of coloring books. That's going to be a trip of a lifetime.
I know.
How cool is that?
Haven't been in so long. So it'll be a lot of fun.
That is on my bucket list. I definitely want to go to.
Have you been anywhere in Asia?
No, I haven't.
I know you travel a lot.
No, I mean, I've traveled some. I wouldn't say I travel a lot. I mean, there's so many other people that are on the road, constantly. But I'm really here more than traveling. But I definitely have been on some wonderful trips. But
yeah, I mean Paris.
Paris. This dish brings me back to that because it's special. I think of like the market and all the produce and just unity and collaboration.
And what season were you there?
What's that?
What season were you?
We got married August and then we headed out on the honeymoon. So we were there we went to Paris, London, and then Santorini, Greece.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this is what we had there. This was a very simple, and I would have never actually thought to peel a carrot.
Yeah.
And so I'm just taking off the first.
Okay, I have to admit though, when I'm lazy, that's how I put my carrots in my salad. Because I'm
really?
Yeah, it's so much easier than like chopping
them.
Because julienne, I'm terrible at that. So this is such a nice and easy way, and then it looks so elegant after.
Yeah, and these are. I mean.
These are so fresh.
Yeah, they're just so fresh and pretty, and you can even get the purple carrots too to color it up.
And they're sweet.
They're sweet. And then just lightly dress this with the arugula, with the prosciutto, with the Parmesan.
I can already imagine it with the dressing. It's so good.
So simple, and I could probably get into this a little more, but color-wise. So I want your book. I definitely want you to bring that book by.
I know.
I think that, I did oil, I never did watercolor, but I think it's such a gorgeous, just separating this out. And,
I don't know. I was like, okay, I need to bring it this morning. I got to get everything ready, and then mom brain.
Right. Well, I think a little note: if you guys do this, I'm not going to waste this. I'm just going to shave, and then I'll probably end up cutting these and using this for stock.
Yeah,
we're making
a
chicken noodle soup for the girls, but it's just kind of fun.
And you've got 2 girls at home?
Yeah, I've got a 2.5-year-old, and Quinn will be 6 next month. Wow.
Okay.
Crazy. It's crazy how
they probably will be so excited about your book coming out.
I know. Well, they're going to be a part of it. Harlow and Quinn cook with me all the time, and I think that's the excitement of it for me, is that creating something that is a keepsake and that they can remember and looking back on, and their drawings, and they're so special, and how can you actually keep those memories?
So when I was writing my book, I was like, how can I put my daughter and my family and people that I love dearly into this book, because it's like an instructional book on painting. So when I created different lettering styles, I named it after my daughter. So there's like a Harper style of lettering.
And cute.
Yeah, and then I wanted my husband in it, but I wanted it to be sound more girly. So his name's Andrew. And I named it Andy.
Andy.
So it was kind of cute in the end.
So from a lettering standpoint, how long did that take you to perfect? Because I
would say it's still not perfect.
I mean, it's hard. Lettering is hard. I feel like I have good penmanship, but lettering is.
It's different, it definitely is. It's more like drawing. So I think you would be great at it because you're an artist. So
Right.
if you picked up, if you started, I think you would pick it up really quickly.
And are there different styles to it too?
There are. I mean, there's a very traditional, classic style like copper plate, which is beautiful. Like you would see it on like wine bottles or elegant wedding invitations. And then I do more of like a modern style, which is a twist of that. Like I take the basics, the building blocks, I guess, if you will, and then I switch things up a little bit to make it look more modern and more fun. So some of the lettering that you've got around here, it's kind of that same principle.
Right.
Yeah.
Fun. So
Have you tried it at all?
No, I haven't. I mean, when I like draw out ideas and things, I definitely make sure that I'm writing it in some fun fashion because that's like celebrating the idea.
Right.
But I'm not. From when I've watched you on Instagram, I mean, you're using a calligraphy pen, or
I am. So a pen just like this. So this one's a Tombow, and it's like a brush tip at the end, so it's
look at
flexible.
that.
So when you write with it, you can make thin and thick strokes. So if I were to write on this side, so you can create a thin stroke, but if you push down,
look at that.
Yeah. So it's fun. I'll give you some.
Oh, interesting. I've never.
So when you're drawing too, I mean, people draw with it. So like
a Tombow?
Yeah, it's called Tombow. And that's the brand.
Interesting. Fun. Okay, we're going to, those of you just tuning in, Jess Park is with us. She's an influencer, beautiful woman and artist, and she's going to be, I mean, you can already see how awesome that is. Can we see that on the, I want to make sure we can see that on the camera.
Move it over.
Yeah, there we go. Cool. Okay, great. So we're going to dress this up. And another little fun tip and trick that I learned from Chef Chris Cosentino when he was in here last was don't toss your salad like with tongs, right? Don't throw the dressing in here. He suggested, which I'm not going to use all of this. I'm going to pour some of this out because I want, again, to highlight the produce. He suggests to like
cool.
line the bowl. I know this isn't completely pretty right now, but just to line the bowl and then and then toss it in and then use your hands so it's not weighing it down.
That's a
right?
smart tip.
So what I'm gonna do is put in some arugula.
Is that like baby
carrots.
arugula?
Yeah, baby arugula.
I love that. I like putting it in my sandwiches too.
Oh,
They're so good.
I love that crisp bite. And I mean, this is so simple, literally. And then I think it's a great idea to just put it on the outside of the bowl because then you just, gently use your hands, obviously clean hands. And so this is a dish that I had in Paris on my honeymoon and having celebrated our 10-year anniversary on the 29th, wanted to kind of do something fun and different, and obviously with Jess here, something that could be gorgeously celebrated on the plate. So
And it smells so good.
Yeah, it's pretty vibrant. Okay, so we've got the carrots, which certainly, you could get the regular carrots. The only reason I found these beautiful ones at Whole Foods is I thought they'd be more fun for her to paint.
I love them.
Look at the arugula! Oh my god, I love it. So we have this, and then I'm going to put some Parmesan on here. You could do any type of cheese, I'm sure, but this was, a gorgeous Parmesan here. And then I have some prosciutto, which, you can use a knife and a fork to this guy, so however you want to lay this out. And I might actually...
I got so distracted by you cooking. I didn't even get to draw very much.
I mean, this is so easy, but you know what I'm going to do is... Yeah, you just don't need a lot. I mean, honestly, these carrots are so sweet.
I love those tomatoes from your garden. They're
the tomatoes. We'll
pretty.
just do another simple salad there. But we're starting a garden here, and those came from downstairs.
So who tends to the garden?
Oh, me and the team.
Oh my gosh. You're like the jack of all trades. You know how to do everything.
So how pretty is that? And these
That
are just
is
edible
so
flowers. I mean, you know, another fun little thing that they're not cheap, but they're easy to find.
And
at
that
Whole
was at
Foods.
Whole Foods?
Yeah,
Okay.
just microgreens and.
We're there every day.
Oh man, you know what? I know. There's just so much to offer. It's not inexpensive, but it's I think worth it if you're looking for the right stuff. So
Oh yeah, they usually have everything we're looking for.
So and I don't know. Do you want to like do some of the dish, or how do you want to, or you just want to paint some of these like items?
I'm having fun just painting
Cool.
what I see in front
What
of
I
me,
see.
which is great.
So that's cool. And then I'm going to do some pumpkin seeds.
That's fun, and that's like the part that your kids could do too. Just
Yeah,
like
and
sprinkling and decorating.
let them get dirty in the kitchen.
Mhm.
Like that's cool. So that's what you did. You wrote and took the
Yeah,
angle. Wow. God, it's so gorgeous. And are you sometimes doing the pen and then painting, or are you always?
So it depends how I'm feeling. So I kind of sometimes when I do more detailed and very like I don't know if you've seen some of my floral drawings that are
Right.
more detailed and look more realistic, then I usually do the pen first and then I paint it in after. But stuff like this where you're just adding like details, then I like to paint first.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm going to. So if you're just tuning in, this is our new influencer series, Who Dat? Who
It's
Dat?
just getting prettier and prettier.
It's fun, right? I mean, when you take fresh produce and you just put it together the right way and why not?
It's like painting.
Yeah, seriously, like, yeah. In fact, before we butcher that, I'm gonna have to get a picture of it. So
Oh, you should.
I'll definitely, when this goes onto our network, feastitutforward.com, the recipe will be on there. But this is a very, very, very simple, well, you can see it here.
That's so
Fresh
pretty.
prosciutto, Parmesan, arugula, shaved carrots from the garden, edible flowers, and this very simple vinaigrette that is just a couple key components, which is whipping cream instead of olive oil, and mustard, shallots, red wine vinegar, and rice wine vinegar. And thank you, Jacques Pepin, for teaching me that, even though I edited it slightly. It is half the fat when you use heavy whipping cream versus olive oil, so it just,
that fact blew me away.
So I'm gonna put that there, and then we'll do the next one. Yeah, just I love highlighting
The produce.
simple produce.
Yeah.
Like these came straight from the garden.
I'm painting those right now. They're so pretty.
In fact, I need to wash these. Yeah, we should get your daughter in here and actually cook some too.
She would love that.
Does she enjoy being in the kitchen?
She does, and she was born talking, I feel. So she will have a lot of questions and things to say. She's so much fun.
And what do you like cooking at home? Like, what is your...
I cook a lot of Korean food. That's what I grew up with, so it's easiest for me.
Right.
My sister and I cook a lot. So yesterday we had taco night, which was really good.
Taco night.
And then, the other day we made that Singapore chicken. What is that called? Hainanese chicken.
What is it?
It's Hainanese chicken. I think that's how you say it.
Hainanese.
So you you boil the chicken, and then you boil it with like all these different things like ginger and garlic.
Hainanese chicken.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's so good. And then you have all these different dipping sauces. You have to try it. It's really good.
Huh.
But yeah, we cook a lot together, it's nice. It's nice
Does
cooking
your husband
with
like
someone.
to cook?
He is really good at turning the oven on and putting things into the oven.
Yeah, so he can make pasta in a very simple.
He actually makes.
He can't even make pasta.
No,
Oh, okay.
I taught him how.
Okay.
So, but he's good at salmon. He makes salmon.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put him on blast.
Yeah. Andrew, we love you.
Yeah, no. He makes breakfast for my daughter, so he made her pancakes this morning.
Oh,
so,
that's
yeah.
nice. That's nice. Saturday morning pancakes.
I know. Does your husband cook at all?
Yeah, he loves to cook. I do the brunt of it, but he makes a really good Reuben and he makes a really good pasta. But he knows that he occasionally burns toast. But I enjoy being in the
Everyone
kitchen,
does
so.
at least once, right? You know.
So another this is not rocket science. This is just a very simple tomato salad. And again, those of you tuning in with Jess Park, her Instagram is Jeshy Park. You know, just the most amazing, stunning watercolors, and she'll put time lapses on some of them. It's just seeing them brought to life is so cool. So Fresh Produce wanted her to be able to do something that was very unique and fun. And I know you don't drink a ton of wine, but
no, I don't.
Yeah, but she is. I love the green with the this is kind of that.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot to do with that? I had time, but I think that's kind of fun as it is. Do you like burrata?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Actually, this was a new burrata that I found.
It's really bad though. Actually, I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, you
But
are?
I eat cheese, and I feel like every lactose intolerant person does this. They're like, they'll eat ice cream, they'll eat milk, all the dairy, and then you regret it. But it's so good.
Oh man. Okay.
Like burrata is so good. It's like creamy and it's delicious.
And this one actually is a new one I found out.
Oh.
And they're just so fun.
I know that you can make your own burrata.
I want to try, and there's an actual the cloth and the culture and everything. That's kind of on the list to dos. I don't want to. Again, kind of the concept of putting too much soy sauce on your sushi and ruining the fish. These were beautiful tomatoes that we grew in the garden, heirlooms, and then I went and bought actually some of these sweet, sun golds. Those were like candy.
Those were good.
My girls especially love just eating baskets of these. So I'm not going to do much to this, but I think again this is a fun, very simple salad that the family can have family style around the table.
Yeah. I love that you're doing this all so quickly, because I swear it takes me like an hour to
Well,
get dinner.
it's quicker when you don't have children around you, right?
That's true. That's true.
Are you planning on doing another book, or do you think?
I was working on like a how-to doodle guide for a little bit, and then I got distracted by other things, and you know how it is. But nothing.
A how-to doodle guide? Is that what you said?
So it starts with like how to draw a line,
Right.
how to draw a circle,
Right.
and then different little things like plants and flowers and stuff like
There was
that.
the one yesterday that you did. It was like kind of like summer plants with a chair.
And the little cat.
It was so cute. Some of your
thank
little
you.
like animal guys are just adorable.
So I definitely, when I'm drawing and painting, I like to make things or keep things light and happy.
Right.
And, So
I'm going to keep this simple, and actually what I'm going to do, as I said earlier, if you saw me shaving the carrots for that, I'm going to keep these. I'm not going to toss these. I'm going to keep these, and I'm probably going to chop them up and make a stock and a chicken noodle soup. So this is not a waste. I typically, I want to use everything. I'm not going to say, okay, that's it, because we want to use the whole thing. So for this, it's keeping it very simple. I think these little sun golds.
is that what they're called? Sun gold?
Yeah.
I love that. That's like the perfect description for them. That's cute.
Oh my God, they're like candy. My girls, they can just pop these all day long. And this is just a very simple summer salad that you can put in the middle of the table. It's beautiful and quick, right? But features the produce itself, then covering something up and butchering it. This I will save for probably salsa, right? So it's not like I'm going to dispose of this. I want to use every bit of that. So let's kind of make a fun little runway here. And for those of you that haven't been to the studio, come. We have this fun kitchen upstairs where we go live with chefs and musicians and influencers. Many a times we're selling those tickets, raising money for those talents nonprofit to talk about their initiatives and their projects, but also raise money for a good cause. We have Brian Boitano next Saturday, so if you don't have tickets to that, he's going to do Food for Fitness with me, and he actually has is a major foodie and has a restaurant, I believe, back east or in the Midwest. I should know that, and I will have to.
Do you play music at all?
I sing. I sang. I sing. Yeah.
Yeah?
I play a crappy guitar, but I sing. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to reteach myself how to play piano. It's
Oh.
hard.
We should go play our piano out front. It
And
is.
it might scare people away instead of bringing them in.
Right. We don't want that.
No, but it's fun. I mean, it's something I used to do as a kid, and then we recently got a keyboard, so I've been trying to or a digital piano.
Right.
So I've been trying to get back into it, and it takes a different brain. It's so much fun.
It's tough, and especially it's not like we're doing it at or were you doing it at an early age?
Yeah, I was younger, and now it's like I just forgot how to do it. Like I
Right.
just
It's not like
played
riding
that
a, it's not like
20
riding a
times.
bike. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
You know the funny thing is everybody says it's like riding a bike.
Oh, fun.
But I
Like,
didn't
no.
remember how to ride a bike.
Right.
And I've tried. I'm like, I don't think it's, no. I've tried riding a bike again, and I can't, so.
And I can't. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of salt on here. I mean, this is
those
so
flowers
simple.
just make everything.
They make everything
yeah.
pop. And then I have this lemon grapeseed oil
Okay.
that,
So it's flavored?
yeah, it's infused with, they actually have citrus rind in there. And
okay. Can I smell it? Oh, it does smell like lemon.
Right?
Yeah.
But
it's
I don't want to use a ton. I just lightly, this is a finishing oil, so wanting to highlight the actual produce. But I'm going to put some lemon grapeseed oil on that.
That's pretty.
And then I'm actually going to zest some lemon. Yeah. Except
So what do you like to cook with your daughters?
anything that they can get their hands
Into.
Whether it be pasta or chicken or fish or, hilariously so, they request duck.
Oh,
a
wow.
lot, but I don't cook.
That
it's
is so
expensive.
fancy.
I cooked it for twice because it was like a holiday thing. It's
Okay.
like, it's Christmas Day,
Yeah.
I'm going to do duck. And now they ask for it. I'm like, no, that is not something that we just cook on a Tuesday night. That's special.
That's too funny. That's like so my daughter's a huge fan of sushi. And so you would think she would want like a avocado roll or
Right.
no, she's like, I want the salmon. And she doesn't want like a salmon roll. She wants the salmon like just the sashimi. And it's too funny.
That's good.
I guess that's
know.
what happens when you grow up in Napa and you got so much nice and like great food around you. It's so nice.
You have that luxury of getting fresh produce, yeah.
Definitely.
So this is as simple as it's going to get, and I think
That is so
taking the
pretty.
burrata. This is a new one that I'm just gonna just put it in here. I like the ooey gooey.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to get messy in the kitchen. This is like the best. And then just put this smack in the middle of the table and let people feast. I mean, that's the idea. I love what you have going on over there.
Well, I like what you picked. It's all like so inspiring. I'm just painting those little.
I just love the highlights, just the different, that black makes everything
It pop, yeah.
So simple.
So tell me again, it's edible flowers and microgreens. Is that what it's called?
It's an edible flower microgreen mix.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know, what do you think? Should I put some on top of? Yeah, probably should have put this again, just for photo's sake.
Sounds
See,
good.
I'm not a professional chef. I always say I know what I like, but
Beautiful me.
it's not perfect all the time, and I think some people get threatened by doing fancy things in the kitchen, but I am by no means trained. I just learned through osmosis from some awesome chefs.
How did you get into like cooking and what?
I
art?
always loved cooking in the kitchen. My mom was a great cook. My dad, we had a beautiful, huge kitchen growing up, and I loved to entertain and had a lemonade stand. And
I saw you have one out
yeah,
front
so we have one going
today.
outside.
Yeah.
We do that on most Saturdays. We provide the
Okay.
stand and let the kids raise money for their charity of choice.
I love
and
that.
so the Hero Foundation is out there today.
Tell me about the Hero Foundation.
I need to learn more about it, but they have volunteered with us a few times, and I think that they offer organizations volunteer work, like Hey X Charity or a retirement facility. You need additional help, we'll come and actually be the heroes and actually volunteer our time.
I like
so
that.
they're a nonprofit, but they support other nonprofits too. What is this missing? Am I missing something? Like, is there, I don't know, do you think I should do something
Oh, I like what you did.
here?
Add more green to the top.
Yeah. So I have Jess Park with me. She is an incredible illustrator, calligraphy artist, watercolor artist, and her Instagram is Jeshy Park. And yeah, she's blown up Instagram, and her work is just absolutely inspiring. Check her out at Jeshy Park, Jeshy, and you'll just get a rundown of all of her beautiful work and a lot of these fun time lapse. That's that. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, this is another fun, very simple summer salad. This is, get fresh produce and put it together in a nice way and serve it to your family. This is a very simple, fresh carrot, microgreens, and arugula, and yeah, just super simple. This is nothing that anybody should be threatened by. What else can you tell us before we venture off into
actually eating
world
everything?
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else.
Where can people get your book?
Oh, so it is available basically anywhere you can get a book. So Amazon, Barnes & Noble. I think they also carry it at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. All of those stores.
Oh, great.
So everywhere.
Michael's all the time with the girls.
Oh yeah, it's a great store. They have got everything. They recently started adding more fine arts products to their store too. So it's right here. So
and Hobby Lobby is on the west or on the East Coast or Midwest.
I think it's
yeah.
Yeah.
Yay! This is so cool. I want to frame this in here and so cool. Well, you kicked off our influencer series, and it's special. We're just going to be having people of note and presence on Instagram in here to talk about what they're doing and how we can promote you and celebrate you. And I thank you for coming in here.
Thank you for having me.
It was so much fun. I wish I could watch that more because I love watching those fast time lapse on Instagram. And I'll put these recipes up on this video on our network, feastatforward.com. Be sure to watch us, follow us, check out what we're doing here at the studio. Celebrate with your family, hug them, life is short. Let's all surround each other around the table and support each other.
Definitely.
So, cheers. All right, check her out, Jeshy Park, on Instagram, Jeshy Park.